Morning traders, Chris Capri, Second Skies Trading. Welcome to USD Trading Live session here and Q&A. So I hope everybody's doing good. I hope you guys had a good November and holidays for you in the US. And last month of the year, this is your last month to make some profit and also cap off a really good year. So we've been profitable every single month this year, and we're gunning for December as well. So yeah, we had a great year, and I'd like to end it off in a strong month. I have noticed that volumes and volatility have dropped a little bit, and there is, some kind of pullbacks in certain markets, and then other markets that have been pulling back for a while are taking off. So very interesting market right now. Crypto is really hot. I think crypto. I'm long crypto right now, and I'm going to keep adding exposure to it. I think we're going to hit 20K this year. It feels like it wants to hit 20K. And I feel like next year we should be breaking beyond 20K. So, Malajat, morning to you. Shyam Tapa, good morning from India. Good morning to you from the West Coast of the United States. And hello to Sasha there. Okay, so we're going to go through our pre-market list here. Let's start off with ES Futures. So, ES Futures down a little bit. And same with NASDAQ right now. Europe, mostly red. Only the FTSE was up, and mixed in Asia. Sorry, my throat thing should be going away soon. This is kind of interesting because, we've had a lot of vaccine news. It's been very positive. Stocks that had been depressed from the vaccine news have started to gain ground. And, that is nice because it means that certain businesses are going to slowly start picking up. And that includes travel stocks, which we're going to get into. But today is the first pullback of the week, and both ES and NASDAQ are kind of forming these breakout structures, particularly NASDAQ on the weekly. So this structure right here that you see with this resistance here, you got consistent resistance here, and the pressure is just building, and it's been building even more as of late. Like the dips are very shallow, and it's holding on the monthly VWAP instead of dipping back down to here. So this is leading towards a breakout. Now, there could be a breakdown, but I'm leaning towards NASDAQ and Qs breaking out. And so NASDAQ's not down huge. It's only down 55 points. But at this point, if the weekly VWAP still is in play, and I like where it's lining up right around 11.95, 12K, which is kind of a nice little support area. So I'm putting an alert there just so I know. I think what is going to happen is the pressure is going to build out, and then this is going to break. And so I'm looking for both stock and option plays on NASDAQ through the QQQ. So I'll take that via the NASDAQ ETF. And yeah, but I wouldn't be surprised to see a dip. They've been gaining for 3 out of the last 5 weeks. And so it would be fine to me if it dips. Same with the S&P or ES futures in this case. I'd totally be fine with a dip. 35.42 would be totally fine with me. And I think that will just build for the breakout. So everything's looking good on the overall indices front. A little bit of a pullback, not that big a deal. I don't see anything that's alarming. I do see some strength in certain stocks rolling over. Like EV stocks have been pretty hot. They're rolling over. And yet precious metals, which have been weak for weeks, are starting to actually climb again. So very, very interesting. While crypto staying strong, US dollar is still looking weak. I think euro dollar is probably going to be pretty firm above 115 for next year. I don't see euro dollar really getting a whole lot below 115 next year. I think 15 is a good base, and if it gets to 115, then I'll buy it for a move up to 120, 125. That's the people around. Victor, good to see you. Emmanuel Mindler, Belanjo, good day from Cyprus. Good day to you as well. Tom Sermon, morning to you. Mr. Proforex, good to see you. And Malajat. Is the time and sales and DOM also available for the FTSE index as well as the DAX? If you're trading them via futures, yes. If you're trading them via ETFs, then it would be via the ETFs. So yeah, DOM and time and sales is available for them. Obviously, it depends upon your broker. Your broker has to have that available, but yes, that is available. Victor's saying, hi, Chris and Sasha. How can I join the live stream as soon as it goes live? I usually refresh the community on the YouTube channel, and I was still missing for the first 2 minutes. You can sign up for the bell for notifications. And if you sign up for the bell for notifications, then you will get notified as soon as possible, as soon as we go live. So YouTube hasn't exactly been consistent on that, but yeah, sign up for the bell to get notifications on that. And that will tell you as soon as possible. And morning to you, Jason. Okay, so now that we've gone over indices, let's take a look at movers for the day. Whoa, wait a minute. That's not right. Hello. That's not what I wanted to see. Okay, pre-market, no rows to show. That doesn't make any sense. That's weird. Let's go to, let's make sure my filters aren't weird. No, my filters are fine. Pre-market, auto fresh, slider. Huh, that's weird. We're gonna have to go to stock screener here, see what's going on. Really? Okay, maybe there's legitimately nothing moving and matching right now. Huh. Mala Jet, you can do it. You can get that via futures. You can get the ticker via futures. Yes, they're an index, but you can get the ticker via futures. Just like you can get tickers via ES. So if you trade futures, though, you have to have a futures trading account for that, not a CFD. So you'd have to trade via the futures. Okay, that's Sasha over there. Any free information or ebooks you have that I can go through at this time? Yes, we do have some ebooks on our website. You can sign up for the Intro Trading School, and that should get you access to the ebooks. Okay. Wow. So nothing. Oh, there we go. Took a little second. All right. So let's see here. So our normal qualifications are we want 600K volume minimum. And so looking at volume, we only have about 4 of those that fit. And then we're looking for something with a gangbuster type percent change, 10% and above. And the only one that's actually fitting is, it's hard to believe, BlackBerry. Who even knew this company was still alive? So why is that not loading in the charts? Huh. I wonder if I'm getting something going on with Benzinga today. That's interesting. Nothing is loading in the charts. That's very, very weird. Okay. So nothing's really moving. So I'm going to take a look at some of the other texts. YSSJC, good day, Chris. Good day to you, sir. Colin saying Benzinga keeps falling over. Really? So you've been having problems with Benzinga today as well? Huh. Interesting. Okay. I'll be talking to them. I'm doing a webinar with them this Friday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific, which is noon Eastern. So yeah, I'll talk to them and see what's going on. I normally my Benzinga works like a charm. So yeah, for some reason they're not for some reason they're, look at that. That's weird. Okay, no big deal. We can do BlackBerry up here. So BB, God, I didn't know the company was still around. Who the heck thought BlackBerry was still around after all that? Okay, so let's see if we got any specific news catalysts. You reported it. Okay, Benzing, appreciate it. Anything? I'm not seeing anything. BB rose and Imperial and BlackBerry shares shot Tuesday after the company announced a new partnership with Amazon for its new intelligent vehicle data platform and a multi-year global agreement. Okay, so positive news yesterday, and it's just getting some more tailwinds today. So this is what we would call a second day play. Second day plays depends on how they play out. Yesterday is kind of like one of those kind of textbook ones where positive news comes out, it shoots up pre-market, maybe even early market, but then sells off a lot of that. And so with second day plays, you really have a couple options. You can try and fade the move back to the highs if the price action looks corrective, if it looks weak, if it's not convincing, then you'd want to fade towards yesterday's highs. But if it starts to build consistently and it looks strong and the volume's there and the time in sales looks good as the market opens and it's holding above VWAP and everything continues to build, then you're going to want to trade that to the upside. So, oops, I didn't mean to do that. Hotkeys. So we're going to mark the pre-market highs. Technically, it would be 968. And then let's see if we can find anything on the 1 hour and see what is happening on the 1 hour. Let's maximize that. So we get all charts right now. Okay, so shot up early pre-market on news of Amazon. A little bit of fade, but then nice build. 777,932. It's not bad. It's not huge, but it's not bad. It's like what, 15%. But this is some pretty aggressive selling. 3 hours of selling wiped out not only 3 hours of buying, but 3.5 hours buying. So it wiped out the majority of the news. Then today started to build and it's fading back a little bit. So kind of a mixed bag. You could short these pre-market highs at 879, but we got a better resistance at 932. So if you're going to fade this one, if the price action looks weak, heading into the session here, it looks corrective. It's the time in sales is not gangbusters. It's not super fast prints. And you see things are heavier on the dome, on the offer than on the bid, then I would be looking to fade potentially at pre-market highs today or at the 928, 932. Excuse me. If, however, this rips through this, time in sales is moving fast, dome looks strong on the bid, then I would look for a potential breakout. And what you'd probably want is, let me get my pen tool out. I forgot about my pen tool. Okay, so you'd probably want something like this. You'd want it to come up to here, and you'd want this pullback to be not as deep as here. So we have a building of a higher, lower highs. We'd want another lower high, maybe at VWAP. Maybe VWAP, when it opens, it climbs up like this. And so you want the market to pull maybe to VWAP. Like this would be a nice consolidation area. So if it rips, hits this, finds sellers, and then pulls back to this area right here, and VWAP is trailing up to this, that might be a really nice potential play, especially if price action's looking good, time and sales is looking good. So then what you'd want is this to continue to build. So hits here again, weaker rejection. That would all be signs that it's going to take this out. And then you'd have a second day play in effect. And so then you'd be looking for a rip. 10 would obviously be your first target, being a big round number. 10, 15, 20, 25. Every $5 will be a big figure. In FX, it's 115, 120, 125. Those are all what we call big figures. So you'd be hitting a big figure. That'd be your first target. And then let's look at step back a little bit and see where the next resistance would be. Nope, wrong one. Okay, so next big resistance, besides 1021, there's a pretty big cluster you can see right over here. So that would probably be your first resistance. I'm going to bust out the pen for this one here just so you can kind of see. So here's a pretty big cluster of resistance here. And it does kind of match up decently with that. So I think your first resistance would be right around here. Move it up a little bit. And then your next target would probably be somewhere around 11.7, so almost $1 later. So that would be your upside targets on that one. That's BlackBerry. So let's see what else is going on. Any other movers? ACB, I'm long ACB right now, or cannabis stock, 2.3 million shares. It's above its 600K requirement. It's not huge in comparison to average volume. You look at BlackBerry, BlackBerry is 2/3 of its average daily volume, and the market hasn't even opened yet. So that's a very good sign of strong institutional interest, especially pre-market. That's a really, really good sign. It could be some people chasing it right now, and so we want the price action to build. But so far, volume is a very, very good sign on BlackBerry. ACB, nothing gangbusters, 2.4 million. It's not even 10% of its average daily volume right now. So if it's not even 10%, low institutional interest right now, that doesn't mean it can't get better. ACB is a hot stock for millennials. I'm long ACB. So let's take a look at ACB real quick. I'm long ACB. I also have covered calls on this. I'm gunning for, let's get this out of the way and let's move you over. I'm gunning for a 17 target. 17 target be right around here, maybe 16 would be fine. But I'd like to clear these highs here a few weeks ago, 14.36, and ideally get a rip into 16, and then I'll close there. I'm long at about 10.54, and so what is it right now? Let's see what it is pre-market. Pre-market 10.22, so I'm down 30 cents. I could have taken profit yesterday at 12, but I feel like I'm holding for a bigger move. Plus, I have covered calls on this. So if you haven't seen my covered call video, make sure you check out my covered call video. If you have any swing trades on stocks or indices, you should be selling covered calls on them. Unless you're absolutely gangbusters bullish on it, you should be selling covered calls. It's a way to add a second income to all your trades. So super, super important. Okay, so that's ACB right now. Short term, looking at it, it looks kind of weak. You can kind of see it in the structure. So this is the 5-minute chart. Has a nice building, and then we start to lose ground here. And now we're trailing mostly below VWAP. So I bought this dip, this one here. So I go on, maybe I'm along 1045. I don't know, somewhere 1045, 1050, somewhere around here. And it ripped up after it dipped into my area. And I could have taken profit, but I wasn't really holding it for that shorter move. It double tapped right here. You can see this boom, boom. And let's get so you can see it tapped right there, tapped the same high. And it did it all in one candle. So it's kind of aggressive pre-market, kind of exhaustion. And now it's just fading below VWAP. And very aggressive selling yesterday, super high momentum because it's below the 9 EMA most of the time. This structure right here is an impulsive move, and this right here is a corrective move. And you can see that it's corrective because it's not as forceful. It's, this is a whole pre-market session, and it's just barely gone $1, whereas this one, in about the same amount of time,